Welcome to the CAFMA Connect. I'm Assistant Chief John Fedema, currently serving as the Interim Fire Chief here with Assistant Chief Cody Rose. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, you are. That just sounds like what I normally sound like over there. Really, this is going to just be an update on a few items. That some of it we provided to the board meeting, but the first one that I want to make kind of clear is that the board did make the decision in the October meeting to leave me as the interim fire chief, which could be up to 6 months. And we'll let the new board come into the positions in December before we start looking at filling the seat permanently. So just want to provide that update. Some of the other items that we discussed in the board meeting was the ambulance, obviously October 1st. Most of our folks obviously know. Thank you for all the work that's been going on to support that. But October 1st, we started our transport service, and Brett provided me a few numbers. Up to this point, which was end of October, through October, we provided transports up for 154 people. Rescue 58 transported 82 times, and Rescue 62 transported 72 times. So they're definitely out there doing the work. Thank you for everybody that's filling those roles. I do want to highlight one call that we did get from Dignity, which was very nice. They gave us a kudos for Rescue 58 for Firefighter Wyatt Blair and John Craik, who responded with Inch 53, which was Captain Malden, Engineer Leslie Harper, and Firefighter Matthew Lind. What they provided was basically that a response to a chest pain call. They took the call from the time of dispatch to the time they were in the cath lab was 58 minutes, which is substantial given that the cath lab is at West Campus and they had to get there. So strong work to those folks. Dignity Health did recognize that, which was awesome. And again, I think it's showing that the process is working, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
The other one, and Cody, you provided an update to the board at the October board meeting, was the move-up module. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
So LiveMom, our move-up module that we started in April, was fully instituted, and we worked through the bugs, but it was fully up and going by July of this year. Prior to that, we were moving up, and that's all 10 CAFMA stations, moving up an average of 60 times a month. After July, through the current, our average is 8 a month. So we've significantly reduced the move-ups based on need, and that's what that module is doing, is going off the data from the past 3, 4, 5 years, and when do we need to move up? And I think it's still set at the 20% mark now. So if there's a possibility of there being a call in an area that's 20% or greater, they're going to move an engine up there. If not, then that engine doesn't need to be moved up. So I think it's benefited the organization, definitely benefited the guys that were moving up previous to that. 51, I know, loves it now. So the other part of that, I think that we're looking at, myself and Dominic, our fleet manager, are looking at now is the mileage that's going to reduce. Obviously, with the significant reduction in move-ups, that's less mileage on the engines. What does that look like long-term, and what does that look like as far as the dependability, and how long can we keep engines out there as first out, and how long can we keep them as reserves? And can we extend that because that mileage just went down? So we're looking at that, and we'll see what that looks like over the next couple of years.
No, that's awesome. I think it's we'll continue to evaluate that number, like you say, that 20%, to make sure that is the best number. But I do know it's definitely impacted the move-ups. Before it was static policy. Now it is utilizing current data to do that. Which is cool.
Yeah, the continually updates it as time goes on. It gets more and more data behind the back scenes of being able to do that and knowing when we need to have a move up. So.
Yeah, I think it's working well. A couple other things. Obviously, we're looking at how we communicate internally. I've provided some departmental advisories, just trying to do a better job, providing that information across the board, but also we're continuing to work with even our labor partners on how we solicit information. But one of the things the battalion chiefs worked on that has been happening the last kind of the end of October was adding a 4th person to 53 and 61. I know there's different opinions on where that should go, but those resources are there to help provide additional staffing, also be able to use if there's a backup needed for those ambulances. So thank you everybody who's staffing those. A lot of that's being utilized for overtime, but hopefully we'll do that 3-month trial, evaluate that, and look at also how the recruits that are in the academy, how that impacts that group.
Yeah.
Next, obviously, October 16th, we had a promotional retirement ceremony. We've had a lot of movement within the organization. At the retirement ceremony, we had the retirement of Chief Abel and Chief Crothers, so it was nice to be able to honor them during that time. But we also had the promotion to captain for Justin Postula, who pretty much completed his year. So like a promotion and end of probation, strong work. But also Adam Wagner and Sean Jones were just acknowledged for that promotion to captain. And then for engineer, that promotion was for Leo, Ryan Moore, and Marshall Casley. So great opportunity to honor those folks, but also recognize the hard work that it takes to get to that process. Not just in the testing, but also all the packets and all that. So strong work by all them. And then lastly, we honored Samuel Sims, who came in as the IT specialist. Do you want to go just briefly on what he's doing for the IT department?
Yeah, so Sam's working on obviously the IT side of that, the tech services division, working alongside with Titus and Jonah. He's working on some cybersecurity certifications now because that's where he wants to go with that. So Jonah's more than happy to turn that over to Sam when Sam gets to that point. He's comfortable with that. But yeah, Sam has been definitely a welcome addition to the tech services division. He's doing a great job since he's been there.
Oh, strong work.
And yes, he is Lacey's husband, Sam.
That's
so
good.
That's been a question people ask. Same last name. Yes, it is. That's Lacey's husband, Sam.
Perfect. And we've had a number of other, new hires, promotions, and everything, and we'll continue to kind of recognize those in the next ceremonies and also get more information out in regards to those. So thank you for everybody who has kind of stepped up.
Lots of people on probation.
There's a lot of people on probation. It just means we're growing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. With that, we have 21 recruits in the Joint Firefighter Academy. 13 of those are with CAFMA. There's a graduation on December 19th, so keep that on your radar because I think it's going to be a cool opportunity to do a joint graduation with the City of Prescott. With that, we're also looking at doing a spring academy. We have vacancies that need to be filled, and so we'll be announcing that in the near future. Kathy?
Yes, we are going to be announcing that. We don't, I think, have a specific date yet, but watch our website, www.cazfire.gov. We will announce it there. And of course, on all our social media accounts, you can look there. And then I'm sure there will be a CAFMA Connect regarding recruitment. So look for that as well.
I'm sure. Nope, thanks, Kathy. And just with that, obviously, we're looking at opening applications probably around the first part of the year and then with a March academy. But we are working with the City of Prescott because we were going to try to do another joint academy because that's gone very well. And I think it's been a good thing. So before we close out, Cody, you provided an update too, just on call volume and a couple other items to the board.
So usually we do a presentation to the board, a biannual presentation, so 6 months in, and then an annual one. And it was time to do the biannual one to the board, so we did that last night. As far as call volume, we're basically on track to be right around the same that we've been the last 2 years. So if that stays the same for the next 6 months, then for the last 3 years, our call volume has been pretty steady, exactly the same. So not going up, not going down. But as Director Dobbs said last night, does that mean that the impending 20% increase is coming in the next year? We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, it's not going to stay steady forever with the amount of people that are moving into our district. But we'll see what that looks like in the future.
Cool. No, thanks for that. Obviously, for folks watching, thank you for getting this far. We are, evaluating how we use the podcast, how we use the CAFMA Connect, how we use the review to get information out. Obviously, this was very focused on just some of the activities, which is, what we wanted to be able to do. We can't get to every station or every citizen, so, being able to utilize this, I think, is very important. I just want to close out by reminding everybody and thanking everybody for the continued dedication. The organization has gone through some challenges over the last, I would say, not just month, but over a few months. And, a lot of people get to talk about resiliency, the ability to bounce back. I think we are living that. And I do appreciate everybody that's working hard to help us not just bounce back, but also build better for tomorrow. And, over the next, I would say months, we're going to have to figure out how we build trust, how we build the organization. Because the organization is going to last and we're going to move forward. And the nice thing about it is the responses to the community, that's when we're at our best. And so thank you for everybody for that dedication, and I appreciate everybody's support as we move forward. Have a great week.